Right.
I'll make it live. Okay. Gosh, I should do a Patreon intro for this, shouldn't I?
Should you?
I mean, it's gonna go up for people.
I guess.
Alright, I'll do it. Hey everybody, before we get started, I just remind you this episode is brought to you by our patrons, like Ahigo Comics, Qua, Drago66, and Nestor Flores. If you like what we do and want to see us do more, consider supporting us on Patreon. You can get access to episodes early and lots of other things, and it would really help us out. Thanks for your support, everybody.
Thank you.
Alright, and now it's time for the StudiOmega Players Presents. That's us. We're the StudiOmega Players. That's literally the role that lets us join the secret tabletop cabal.
That's actually what the channel is called.
Oh, hey.
Yep. We're the secret tabletop
Yeah, you got
cabal.
an actual... Ta-da!
And, I think you guys decided purpley blue was the secret cabal color.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna be playing Mages of War today. We did not plan this, but as of we're recording this, we are somewhere right around the 100th anniversary of the end of World War I.
Oh.
So,
I see.
we could say it was intentional, but it wasn't. I guess before we get started, like, if the audience has any questions or concerns, since we're explicitly making this recording for an audience, go ahead and let me know. I will do slight content warning up front. This is a game about war. While we aren't using the advanced crit tables, because they're very slow down the game, people will get shot and stabbed and stuff.
Yep.
It will probably be terrible. We are not here to reference any of the terrible things that definitely happened, but new terrible things will happen.
Huh.
So, I'm Omega. I will be God for today. I am your remote and distant God.
I'm Lucky. I'll be playing the officer, I suppose.
Mhm.
Wolfgang Schmidt.
Lieutenant Wolfgang Schmidt.
Okay, I'm Marth, and I'm playing the grunt of the group, Ulrich Geisler.
Yeah,
Mhm.
get me my coffee.
Corman
get my
Coffee! Because he's got the Corman with him. Also, preemptive warning. We're not going to do German accents the entire time. That would be terrible.
I cannot do a German accent for few even see in my life.
So,
Like, I kind of feel like I am slighting my country because I discovered that I am primarily German. I'm all like, oh, I'm primarily German. I can't even do a German accent. I have failed my country.
but you know, if you wanna throw some,
German.
if you wanna throw some yas or some yawolds in there,
Yeah.
yeah, my name.
I should learn. I should research that. How to speak with a convincing German accent.
They got tapes for that. So very quickly, let me run down the rough outline of the campaign, which was mostly randomly generated because I future-proofed that shit. This is what I wrote those rules for. So you will be part of the 9th Eisenblood Schutztrupp Company. You are specifically the 8th Colonial Guard Fusiliers platoon. Your platoon captain is Schmidt. Well, platoon lieutenant. And you're in Alkebulan, which was my fancy fake name that I dug up somewhere in history for Africa. And to run through the theater conditions, it is a subtropical climate that is mostly made up of desert and grasslands. It is a resource-poor theater with bad roads. It is high summer currently, so it's late 1914. It would be winter for everybody else, but because you're in the southern hemisphere, way down south, it's the middle of summer.
Heck.
Axial tilt. Also, freak weather occurs in this region. And your campaign conditions, though, are kind of the opposite. You have a legendary commander. That's Hauptmann Sonja von Schultheiss, who is your company commander. A legend, already an ace at the shocking age of 17, fresh out of the academy. A prodigy. You have high morale. Everybody's happy to be here. Everybody's doing great. You're in sunny Stahl Alkebulan, not in the Western or Eastern Front in Europa right now, where it's cold and it sucks a lot. And you have a strategic mission because actually, very interestingly enough, while your theater doesn't really have natural resources that you can use, there's not like a lot of lumber. There are some farms, but a lot of it's like subsistence farming or animal herding. In some of the deserts, especially towards the coast, there are diamond mines, which is super valuable for High Command. And also there are some common and precious metals in here, like copper, some other materials. So High Command is real eager to keep these colonial holdings because, well, there's a concern that the war is not going to be over by Profitmas. You don't have to actually call it that. I did come up with a whole year's worth of holiday schema. There is a Christmas analog, but actually, what was my less dumb name for that? Where's my field guide?
Was that in the field guide?
Yeah, it's in the field guide. Field guide's got weather, all the ritual magic stuff, spirits and stuff. Lots of scrolling. My outline hasn't even loaded. There we go. Holidays. Now the outline's loaded. Yeah, so it'll be down at the bottom because it's the end of the year. Prophet's Day. Sometimes called Prophetmas.
Or Prophet's Mass.
Yes. Well, because that's what Christmas is an abbreviation of.
Yeah.
So yeah. That'll be coming up sometime. We can have our holiday episode. Actually, honestly, it's a little weird, but it's probably about the time of year it is now in-game. You know, because it's high summer in the southern hemisphere. But yes, you have strategic objectives, and so the High Command is very concerned with the fact that the front hasn't moved more than a couple of feet in, like, a month. That at some point, maybe you'll run out of money, and that would be bad. That'd be real bad, guys. So, please make sure that the United Commonwealth and the Belgians do not overrun this colony and take away all your diamonds and copper.
No, not my diamonds.
Actually, you're a metal mage. You love diamonds.
I fucking love diamonds. I can shoot them like bullets. No, I can't. I don't have that spell, but I could.
You don't have gem sorcery yet. But it's a thing you could do. And those are your rough outlines. So, let us set the scene. It's early evening, just after evening chow. You guys are at the command, which is in the main colonial headquarters. We'll say it's just Schmidt for now. What's your first name again?
My character's Wolfgang.
Wolfgang. That's I should be able to remember that. Wolfgang. All right. So Wolfgang, you and your adjutant have been summoned to the briefing room for a big company-wide briefing.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So you're minding your own business. You wander down. You head into the company briefing room. Everybody's here. The Hauptmann, her exo, Oberleutnant Leonie Reicher. You've probably met the lovely Oberleutnant before. Real stickler for discipline. The captain is strict, but because she's young, she's not super like forceful. You know, she offers respect to people of older generations as a prodigy. Her exo is a little older than her, somewhere in her mid-20s, and she does carry a riding crop.
Oh my.
And is not afraid to offer discipline, and she's got seniority on you, so.
I'll make sure to snap a smart salute. Me and my adjutant both.
All right. Mm-hmm. She nods. It's also notable that the Oberleutnant does have a dueling scar.
Oh, great.
Also, there are two other components to your company. You have the 45th Jaeger Corps platoon. These are locals. You guys in the Guard Fusiliers in one of your other departments, the Pioneers, you came from Stahl itself. You were sent down here. The Jaeger Corps are either guys who were already serving down here or are actually locals born in the colonies and raised here. You might have some elitism about their training for the fact that they were mages trained here and not in the finest establishments, such as you. But otherwise, there's not really any, enmity or discrimination between the two units. Everybody's, bearing arms for the fatherland.
High morale at its best.
Good old high morale. So the Jaeger Corps commander is Lieutenant Wolf Falkenrath, and he has a XO Wiesfeldwebel Ferdi Mendel. Actually, I can copy all their names and put them in the chat right now.
That'd be helpful. I'm still gonna butcher them.
That's okay. You don't have to try too hard. So the Jaeger Corps are a light scout platoon. They're also air mages. They do lots of eyeballing, and they're familiar with the local terrain. Falkenrath is probably your regular Stahl stock. He was, his parents were colonial mages sent out here. He's lived here most of his life, trained here. It looks like his senior NCO, Meindl there, is probably either a local Alkebulan or mixed race. And then there are the pioneers, Lieutenant Joachim Siekert, and his XO Field Lieutenant Constance Fuchs, who looks a bit like a librarian, stern, tight bun in her hair, spectacles. They are pioneers, so they are forward engineers, and they're probably not real happy because the logistics situation in here is kind of shitty, and it's their job to fix that. So they're very busy people.
And then there's Wolfgang Schmidt, blonde-eyed, blue-haired, with a very messy tassel of hair, bags under his eyes, and perpetual stubble on his face. Uniform, it could definitely seen better days, which this is a sharp contrast to his adjutant, who is very prim, proper, sharp, and seems to have a perpetual scowl on her face anytime she looks at him.
Mm-hmm. So you are assembled in the briefing room. It's late, so there's some lamps lit. Actually, there's electricity here at the Capitol, so they have light bulbs. There's a lovely board up, and you've got some classical drawn maps, but also several aerial reconnaissance photos. And so the captain turns to you all and says, "Gentlemen, actually, hold on. Let me randomly name a military operation." It's come up with something fun.
Do we have to put it in German?
No, I'm not gonna be that crazy.
I don't know, just use them
All right. She says that this is Operation Blind Citadel. And your mission is as follows. Basically, she shows you these aerial reconnaissance photos, and to those who are not familiar with what it looks like, this looks like a fucking moonscape. You're looking at multiple destroyed buildings, a couple of damaged buildings. Looks like several areas have been hastily repaired. Wolfgang, you immediately recognize this because you're an air mage. This is what some of the Western Front looks like after an artillery bombardment.
Lots of craters. Lots of holes.
Real fun stuff. So the captain points this out and says, this location was a forward supply post near the border with the United Commonwealth that was overrun 2 weeks ago. As they make advances into our territory, they did a preliminary artillery bombardment, destroyed most of our stockpiled supplies, and immediately routed the border guards, who beat a orderly retreat back to command with a report. They have since taken the base over and have been using it as a staging area for further advances into our colonial territory. This, of course, will not stand. There's lots of around the table. So she says that the High Command has authorized us to prepare an operation to retake the area. As you can see here in these pictures, the Jaeger Corps have already overflown the target and gathered us this intelligence. That your mission will be twofold. The 65th Pioneers will approach by ground. Oh, I forgot to mention that earlier. The Pioneers are actually a ground mage unit. So you're kind of a mixed company. You've got ground and air forces. So they will approach by ground. They will eliminate any soldiers apparent on the ground, and their primary mission is to capture or destroy enemy supplies and basically strike their supply lines and prevent them from using this facility anymore, either by retaking it or by knocking over the buildings that are left. The Guard Fusiliers, she turns to Schmidt and says, will be tasked with providing aerial support. You will offer reconnaissance and fire support to make sure that the Pioneers' mission to approach and secure the supplies is not challenged. Yes, I randomly rolled an escort mission as your first mission. So,
Nice.
yeah. So, basically, she goes through I won't, role play out the whole briefing, but basically she outlines the rough territory, the condition. The physical structures are obviously heavily damaged. They haven't had enough time to enact repairs. There are no mages on the ground at this location. They have not had time to additionally fortify or resupply it. It is just a supply depot. They are stockpiling ammo, fuel, medical supplies, whatever, in the buildings that are whole, and are going to use it as basically their spear point to advance into the territory. They want to march on the capital and knock it over before this turns into a terrible brush war. Things you need to look out for. Actually, honestly, the factors of this mission are hugely in your favor. There are, like I said, no additional reinforcements or fortifications. The post is currently manned by the minimum number of enemy soldiers by our count. You're looking at only a handful of squads here of just regular infantry. And because of the artillery bombardment, it's actually heavily isolated. Several of the outgoing roads were destroyed or damaged, which means that it's very hard to get reinforcements here, unless, of course, you are mages on striker units. So, also, she explicitly pulls this out and points it out on the map with a little extending baton or something. By the way, these photos are all in black and white because we're still in black and white photos. But she points out several piles of what look like pallets or large clusters of barrels. The captain explicitly points out these are barrels of fuel and will be highly volatile. Please watch your fire while the Pioneers are on the ground in the base. We would like to avoid any accidents. And the reason why she's calling you in for an evening briefing is that the attack will be done at dawn, so basically make sure everybody in the unit gets some sleep and is ready to roll out in the dark. Predicted weather will be overcast, so you won't have to worry about moonlight or even early dawn light. And your mission objectives are basically as follows. 1, your primary objective is to escort the Pioneer platoon. You'll provide fire support to them. And make sure nobody comes out of the woodwork or does anything funny to hurt them while they secure the site and either capture or destroy the supplies. After you've accomplished the escort objective, you will rally at a point elsewhere and meet up with the captain and the Jaeger Corps, who are going to be staging a distracting attack elsewhere. They'll basically be harassing forces on the border so that nobody's looking at you guys. And as a bonus tertiary objective, if you happen to pick up any useful supplies and carry those back with you, that's perfectly okay. So, do you have any questions about the briefing?
Schmidt raises his hand, and a question. He's like, ma'am, a quick question. Why are we going through all the effort to try and rout the enemy with guns when we can just as easily do a bombing run in the first place?
She nods and says, it would be very easy to just wipe out with an artillery strike. However, our forces, a bulk of our infantry forces are engaged further down the border. There's a large crossing over a river they're attempting farther up, where our majority of our defensive forces are placed, and unfortunately, while the High Command is highly invested in our success here, a majority of air support is still in the fatherland. We are looking to receive additional scout planes and possibly bombers. But for the moment, most of our heaviest firepower is concentrated where the enemy is heaviest. This is a hit-and-run operation ideally suited to our fine mage company.
Schmidt remains silent.
Something no problem, Lieutenant? Do you have an objection? Did you not carry out lightning raids on the Western Front before?
It's like, I've done many things, but from what I've seen, it's like, what was the name of the group that took the supply depot?
This is the Commonwealth.
Yeah, the Commonwealth.
British Empire.
Commonwealth just basically did a do or die attack into a situation where they know they're going to be seriously outgunned. You don't do that unless you're desperate, in which men are capable of just about anything, or they have something that they're not entirely showing their hands, which can lead to something desperate.
Like, there's probably a couple mutterings about the Jaeger Corps lieutenant speaks up and he says, "We took the aerial reconnaissance photos ourselves. There did not appear to be any additional supplies." He, points out some points on the map. They've got several trucks. They're stocking up. I believe that the intent is that very shortly they will be reinforced by engineers, possibly mages who will solidify the roads and allow them to make further inroads into our territory. We must remove their foothold before they have a chance to reinforce and push further. Mages, I believe, are best suited for this type of quick attack. As unfortunately, as noted, he points out a picture where they're on the map. You can see where there's lines drawn where the cartographer was like, and there's a road here, and you see a picture of that same spot, an actual photograph, and it's like, oh, there's a giant crater in the middle of this road. Because keep in mind, this is technically this should be pre-submachine guns and stuff, but we're not going to futz too much with the timeline. That's a little too much stressing, but this is a war fought without jeeps and all-terrain vehicles other than tanks, which even if they had been invented yet, you guys definitely did not get any of. So yes, for tactical reasons, you would understand in character that with this kind of difficulty to your routes, there's no way conventional infantry could do this operation, at least anytime fast. But for your lovely friends who are tank mages, they can just ride right over. Because in case you don't know, mechanically, striker units allow you to ignore difficult terrain and move very fast.
Yes, they do.
Oh yeah, so any further questions?
No, ma'am, I am convinced.
Alrighty. Well, you have your orders. Make sure everybody gets their rest. Dismissed.
I'll make sure all the senior officers can leave before me. And make my way out. As we're heading down the hallway, my adjutant, Hildgard Sumler, speaks up in a somewhat irritated voice. Every time you speak up against what they have planned, it's only going to look worse upon you. To which Wolfgang replies, "Yes, but I don't like the idea of fighting desperate men. Desperate men are the most dangerous. I don't like fighting dangerous men."
1,000-yard stare. Screen goes black and white. Violin strings in the distance. Also, by the way, here's an important point. If you have actually looked at any of our Mages War material, we are actually playing with some additional rules, which includes companions and stuff. Now, normally, as I wrote it, somebody else normally roleplays your companion, so you don't have to talk to yourself. Lucky is a certified madman and was perfectly comfortable speaking to himself on a regular basis.
You should actually know this just from, how talking to me in general.
Hi. Wait, no.
Yes, I am
Yeah.
completely fine. So I will be playing both Hilgard Summer and Wolfgang Schmidt. Probably switching to third person when it becomes a conversation with the both of them.
And Marth, what's your companion's name?
Uh,
I should have you guys write down
I
your names
need
in the
to
chat.
double check.
Yeah, everybody write down the names of you and
Okay.
your companions in chat so I can look at them with my eyes,
Uh,
not with my mind.
Let's see here. I am second lieutenant LT Wolfgang Schmidt.
I will not. I don't think I will be able to pronounce that last name for my companion.
I forgot how to spell Schmidt. Whatever. Just second lieutenant Wolfgang. Whatever. And adjutant and childhood friend Hildegard Summer.
Yeah. Also, right. One thing I forgot to say about my guy is that he's an isolate.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
he-
didn't really actually get into like your origins and backgrounds and stuff.
I feel like we can like
Yeah.
develop that in roleplay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Right. So,
But
Martha, that's your character's name?
no.
Okay.
That's my companion's
Right.
name.
So write down both for me, please.
Okay.
Because I need to be able to look with my eyes.
I'm gonna need to make a cheat sheet of names and operations here later.
Right. So you got Ulrich and Raphael. So Raphael's the corpsman. And whenever you need help, just shout medic.
Medic!
All right, so the briefing's over, Lieutenant.
But Wolfgang continues down the hall and heads towards the outside where his platoon would usually muster, giving directions to Hilgard. Hilgard, would you be so kind as to rally the men so I may address them directly, so we may relay this wonderful operation we've been given. Hilgard kind of rolls her eyes and sighs, but snaps a salute all the same. He's like, yes, sir, your will be done. Then turns smartly on her heel and walks off towards our barracks. Wolfgang makes his way outside, looks over to the evening moon, and sighs, hoping that today will go as smoothly as everyone is hoping.
Yeah, we'll see. Out of character. I'm glad you're so suspicious because actually, randomly generated. This is kind of a baby tier mission.
I've seen some shit.
Yeah, you have. You're a lunatic. You were like, oh, I can play somebody with long-lasting trauma. Check me in.
Yeah.
Which actually is probably going to come up in like 5 seconds as soon as you finish this briefing, because you're gonna want to get some sleep there, bud.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Unless Marth has an objection for either characters, your unit will probably assemble.
No objections.
No objections. All right. So, everyone will have mustard in front. I'll have a little podium for me to stand on, so I can stand up above everybody, as is my rank.
Mhm.
But it's kind of diminished by the fact that I'm really scruffy looking.
By the way, I
despite
should
all
point
this-
out you're a platoon leader, so you've got like between 30 or 40 guys.
Yep. It's like, good evening, ladies, gentlemen, everything in between. It is a lovely night. Wouldn't you say? Everyone just kind of chuckles a little bit.
Yeah,
I just got out of a lovely briefing with our good captain?
Yes,
I
Hauptmann,
forgot.
Captain.
Our good captain, and we have to go fly support for the good pioneers in the morning. I said it should be an easy mission. We're just gonna basically fly in circles, pick off easy targets, and steal a whole bunch of supplies. So we're gonna do things by the book. Everyone will be assigned to squadrons. Everyone will maintain their tight formations. And I hope everyone will make sure to get a good night's sleep and not dally off with drugs, alcohol, women. I know you guys are hiding something.
Positive chuckles. Somebody says something like, hide the schnapps. Alright.
So, as I said, we will be mustering it once again at first light. I expect everyone to have their gear ready, maintained, suit up, and ready to fly out. That is an order.
Yowo! Everybody salutes. Snappy salutes.
Dismissed.
I'd love to add some Foley for lots of saluting and boot mashing noises, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah. By the way, Marv, just to keep us fucking together, you have already been assigned to fly with my squadron. You and the corpseman.
That's good.
Okay.
That was literally what I was gonna say. Was that for the sake of unity? That
Of course, I was already assuming that.
yeah,
I know. I just wanted to
you're the lieutenant's infantry guy, and you are attached to the corpsman, who is very important.
Very important.
Yep.
As I said, I didn't want us getting split because this is the thing. I realized I'm an officer, so I have to dictate orders and what stuff, and that includes you, Marth. So I'm I can't be stepping over my bounds here because I don't want to impede your ability as a player. But I gotta give you commands sometimes.
That's okay. Sometimes they're helpful commands.
Yeah.
That you haven't bought yet.
Soon, I hope. But
soon you'll be yelling people back to life.
If you guys don't understand that, please go play Valkyria Chronicles 4 on our channel. You can watch it on our channel too.
Yes, that video is public.
But
I don't know if I wrote that. I was theorizing an order where you could yell at people and they could cross difficult terrain without trouble. I should probably double check to see if I wrote that and if I didn't write it. Anyway, it's time for some sleep. I suppose I will ask. Is get my right text channel? Is Ulrich just going to bed right away?
Yes.
Okay. Had your evening
meal.
Technically,
it was a command.
You're not gonna stay up and go for rounds of fine beers.
Yeah, my guys from one of those sort of communities in the outskirts that have some sort of origin, not entirely barbarians.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense. You go to bed early, you get up early.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of one of those
things.
Right.
Well, Lieutenant, are you going straight to bed?
I'm gonna try and go to bed.
All right.
I'm gonna fortify myself with a couple shots of schnapps. I'm gonna think about the war. Then I'm gonna try to go to bed.
All right. Roll that will test. Do you sleep?
Let's see here. I'm trying to remember how the roll works here. Roll
1d100 percentiles, and you're trying to roll under your will.
1d100. Whoa. Oh, okay. No, that was not it. Let's see here.
Also, it's poly for a regular polyhedral dice.
Oh, that's right. Poly 1d100. 31. And my will, that is not my character sheet, it's 40.
All right. Congratulations. You are not awakened in a panic in the night, and you actually managed to sleep like a functional person.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's probably a very quiet muster at about, let's say, about 0400.
Mm-hmm.
Since you guys went to sleep right after your evening meal, so you had plenty of time to sleep. Everybody's awake. Your lieutenant looks like he's still half asleep. Hair everywhere, big dark circles under your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Your perpetual
Coffee
5
in
o'clock
hand.
shadow.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I got a mug of coffee.
There's no mission gear or anything, so I suppose we should just have our requisite military suit-up scene.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, this is a subtropical desert, so at 4 o'clock in the morning, it's fucking cold.
Yep. I got a coat.
Yeah.
It's a desert coat. Still a coat.
Well, also, as flying mages, everybody's got your flying jacket, which is insulated.
Yep.
So everybody bundles up,
right.
Zip up your jackets, because zippers are, in fact, invented.
Everyone does safety checks.
Mhm.
Everyone checks their buddies. Gears, check, double check. I don't want anyone falling out of the air.
Nope.
So last
Everybody's
time
secured. Everybody's units are secured. Everybody's got their rescue hook just in case.
Everyone's Ethereum core is fully charged.
Mm-hmm. There's that lovely slight humming noise as the Ethereum cores go to work inside the flying unit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let us show the Commonwealth how the fatherland flies. Everyone leaps into the air.
Let's make you roll more dice. Make me a command check.
Cool.
How formation-y do these boys and girls fly?
I'm just trying to get to a play thing.
Let me double check something here. Okay, no, my quirks only work on will tests, so no, this is just straight command. All right. Wait, Polly.
Though
Polly.
do you get? Did you take Iron Within, Iron Without?
No, I did not, and
Okay.
I think I did that wrong. Oh wait, or did I do that wrong?
Yeah, I think you did because it wouldn't show a 0.
Yeah, you're right. So Polly 1d100 3.
That's a critical success.
Yeah. Let's see. That's based off leadership, right?
Yep.
Command.
Mhm.
Sorry, Meg, if you said something I didn't hear.
Oh,
You.
yes, I said so, a critical success, which is like 1 to 3, I think it's the narrow slice at the front. That's maximum degrees of success. So what's your leadership?
41.
All right, so that's 4 degrees. Yes, they are the most formationiest flying you have ever done. We're talking like, maybe an arm span away from each other in a perfect box. Terrain following, If there was anybody awake to see this at night besides the pioneers who probably left like half an hour ago because they have to travel overland, it would be really impressive, but there's nobody here.
It's like, the adjutant speaks up. It's like, of course you do something impressive when no one's looking. And I just shrug in response.
Okay. Just finally replace that one quirk.
That's good. What'd you
What quirk
replace?
was it?
I replaced the gourmand thing with a different one. If I did that correctly, I picked. Trying and went with a phobia for like fear of heights.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because you're a ground mage.
Yeah, you're an earth mage. Oh, boy. Super fun for
Well,
you.
Guess what? You're in the air, buddy.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's a trauma phobia?
Yeah. I believe it's. I think whenever you pick the trauma quirk, then you go down to
Yeah,
the
you go down to the
and-
disorders, and so you picked phobia.
Yeah, and I think phobias are.
Like, anytime you encounter the thing of euphobia, you have to...
Make will tests.
Yeah.
Yeah, you must make a will test to approach or interact with the source of your fear.
Okay.
Yeah, probably go ahead and roll a will test just to see if you fly without any problems.
Okay.
By the way, you get a plus 20 to this. Because you're flying in my squad, and everyone in my squad is pretty fucking close to me. So they get plus 10. They get a plus 20 to all will saves.
It's almost
like you
spec for this.
Yeah.
And does this actually invoke a fear test too because I'm up in the air?
No, this is just you have to fly, so you have to roll a regular will test. If you were
Okay.
surprised, like if the lieutenant like slapped you on the back and said, "All right, you got to get in the air right now,"
Okay. Okay, so
you were briefed
let's
last night,
see.
so it's fine.
Okay, got it. And my will. Okay. Got it.
Okay.
And that is okay, and I get a plus 20 because of lucky.
Mhm.
So that is
He has
okay.
both
So
camaraderie and natural leader.
Mhm.
okay, so pretty much if I didn't get that, I would have failed.
Well, you did, so
So
you're
I
fine.
passed
All right.
Yay.
by so it was 37 actually. With plus 20 would have been 57.
So you get like what 1 degree of success? I think it is.
Yeah, it's fine. Degrees don't matter for this. This is just Will.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
you gird your loins
Yeah, it's
enough to
just-
fly?
It's just pretty much succeed or fail.
All right.
Which you
Anyway,
do.
You get a
All right.
solid thumbs up.
Everybody flies. So you're flying. And as you're flying, it's rapidly getting more and more overcast. As you head towards the target. At some point, you guys can see the vague outline of the pioneers on the ground, but mostly you see their dust trails as they're like crossing over sandy and rocky deserts. They have no lights on, by the way. The only thing you guys have to see with is the vaguest last gasps of moonlight and maybe the hint of sunlight on the horizon.
Mhm.
And of course, your watches are all illuminated by Ethereum dials. And as you're moving along, you could start to hear the faint rumble of thunder. Now you would know, by the way, that there's unusual ley line activity in here, so there are some unseasonable weather patterns at times.
I have to like. Oh man, this is. I don't know. What would be like gauging the weather? Skill
Probably
be-
survival to eyeball the weather.
I don't have that.
You can roll untrained.
Marth, do you have that?
Yes, of course, because isolates are survival
He
people.
lived in the woods.
You're a
Yes.
corporal now. I'm just gonna say you're a corporal. For some odd
That's
reason,
fair.
I feel you as a corporal.
I mean, he's a
Okay.
mage, so yeah, probably. You're probably senior NCOs.
Yeah, but
Per. Yeah,
That's-
survival is per.
hang on. I gotta give you the. Where's your damn name? Oh, here's it. Corporal Ulrich, we got some rumbling there in the distance. How long do we got before it hits us?
Okay. Oh, right. Do I have? I think I have something that can allow me to view further away things.
Field glasses?
Yes, I think so.
All right. Well, there's no penalty on the roll anyway, so
Yep, I do. So I'll use those and check it out. So time to roll.
is it bad that my immediate instinct is to shout at him to fail?
Huh.
So I can give you wrong information.
I don't think.
Okay, so that's 20 out of 36.
All right, that's a degree. Okay. Yeah. So let's see. I'll say you're probably been flying about an hour. You're a little over halfway to the target. Yeah, Mr. Geisler, you're predicting that roughly between now and the next, I don't know, 5 minutes, it's going to start to rain, and it is going to rain hard, and you don't know when it's going to stop.
I'm just feel like, it's going to rain soon. Like next 5 minutes.
At that point, there's a huge peal of thunder in the distance, and it starts raining hard.
My dear sweet adjutant, how badly would they get pissed off if we decide to turn around and go home? Very, she responds.
I believe that would be the firing squad, sir. You guys got radios.
Right. Thankfully, I have my rain poncho.
Well, I will, get that radio, turn them dials, and put in the sweet word to the captain. Like, ma'am, we have a rainstorm coming in very quick with thunder. Meaty things and metal boxes are not the greatest thing to meet. Are not the greatest things against lightning. What are your orders?
What was that?
Do you have mechanics, by the way?
Nope.
Or cryptography?
Oh, I'll
And
try it. I'll
None
try
of you,
again.
none of you's a radio man?
Nope. So
Alright.
I'll try again. I will curse the fact that we don't have a radio man. We're air mages. We get places quickly. But try again on the standard radio. I'll keep the message short and loud this time.
Alright. Yeah, go ahead and roll me a mechanics check to try and tune your radio.
What happens if you don't have the skill? I forget.
You roll under half.
Oh.
If it's a basic skill. If it's an advanced skill, like if you actually wanted to roll cryptography, you couldn't, because you just can't. It's like demolitions.
Nope, there's no
If you-
way in hell.
If you're not trained to do a bomb, you can't unbomb bombs if you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, you're getting static.
Well,
As far as you can tell with your limited mechanical knowledge, you went to mage basic training. Your wearables are fairly short range as far as comms go. So your max range is probably severely reduced by the storm. You can probably talk to the Pioneer unit below you, but that's about it.
Yeah. Well, they're running. I would say, I should risk it. I'll switch my dial to the Pioneers.
Okay.
It's like
There's a little bit of a buzz, but you don't know how much that is. Just the fact that it is raining really bad.
Let's see here. Pull up the names again here. Pioneer platoon. There it is. Lieutenant, we have a storm coming in with thunder hot on our heels. Flying is going to be real dangerous and may involve casualties. It's like we don't know if we're going to be able to provide full air support in these conditions. Do you have any suggestions?
There's kind of a pause, maybe this talking back and forth. Somewhere down on the ground, you can kind of see the vague shapes of the Pioneers call a halt, and he's like, he's a brief pause and says,
Well, I can't raise the captain. We must proceed with the mission as ordered. If you want to come down here and slum it with us, you're free to. But we must continue the mission as ordered.
so yeah, basically his suggestion is, well, then get down here. The visibility is not super great for terrain following flying, but you're less likely to get hit by lightning.
Yeah, I don't have pilot. I don't I said flying at high speeds. I said we literally have to keep pace with the Pioneers.
Mhm.
Let's see here. What skills do I have in my disposal that might be able to be interesting here? I have tactics.
Yeah,
I have
you could,
evade.
you could try and organize. You could try and basically rewrite the mission plan with tactics.
Which direction did the storm come from?
Let's see. Actually, you know what? I'll figure this out with scatter. Because I can do that. Here's my scatter die. I got a table for this. 8. So it's coming from the southwest, probably off the ocean.
Okay.
You guys are
And
headed
which
basically
direction?
southerly.
So it's coming from somewhat behind us.
No, it's in front of you.
God damn it, it's worse. That means we're flying into it.
Hi.
If we were flying away from it, we could literally speed ahead. Reorganize just to basically lightning blitz it, literally.
Mhm.
Try to beat
Oh
out the
yeah,
storm.
no.
Take out
This, you are not an expert in survival, but at this point, even without field glasses, you can tell. Yeah, there's a giant storm front basically passing over the target right now. You are on the front edge of it.
I think the best thing we can do is literally, drop altitude, drop speed, and just fall behind Pioneer until we're within sight of the target location, then rocket ahead.
Okie dokie. So I assume you get back on the horn and you let the lieutenant know that's what your plan is.
Yeah.
All right. Also, I should point out, if anybody's going to make any checks that involve eyeballing things, you're going to be at some pretty hefty penalties because, hoo boy, it is raining hard. We are, we're talking full-blown thunderstorm.
I said,
Anybody got any light?
Light?
Yeah. Did anybody pack flares? Got a flashlight? If one of you bought a
think
searchlight,
I
that'd be great
packed-
right now.
I have a lighter.
All right.
I only have like
Uh,
a lighter and candles.
Hey, fun fact, guys. If you want to light your pipe or your cigarettes, that's not going to work in this weather.
Great.
Yeah. Luckily you're in your insulated gear, so you're pretty, you're pretty snug. Like air mages have to fly through clouds sometimes, so you're decently waterproof. You guys get down to behind the Pioneers. They're not having a good day. Like I said, a lot of them are locals. They've lived here a long time. They're like wearing lightweight tropical uniforms and like body armor and stuff. They're soaked through. They look half drowned already.
I mean, the only thing we could do is fly above the storm, but we would have no idea when to get down. We would literally have to make a guess.
Yeah, you'd need some kind of way to coordinate. Also, I don't know if you can actually. That would be we'd have to figure out what everybody's max altitude is. Let's see. That's a bookmark. That's not a search. Don't do that.
I wonder,
want-
have we developed high altitude operations like gas masks with O2 bottles and shit yet?
I mean, there is an O2 rig for submages, so you could certainly. The thing is, I don't think most flying units even go that high as is. There is a deliberate point that they don't.
At what height are thunderstorms?
So let me see. Where's my? It's a balloon mine.
Like science.
Okay, so the flying unit, your maximum flight ceiling is 100 meters times your willpower mod.
100 meter. Oh god, that's only 400 meters. Let's see here.
Yeah.
That's only
Welcome to
1200.
early flight.
Yeah.
You guys aren't way up there.
No. Mature thunderstorms often reach 40,000 to 60,000 feet.
Yeah, no, you can't do that.
No, we can't do that.
So yeah, you gotta fly low.
Yeah, so we gotta go low.
Your maximum overland speed is great. That's 100 kph times will mod. So you can fly pretty fast.
We're not. We're gonna stay behind the Pioneer unit until we become within a slingshot distance of the base. Because guess what? If it's raining on us, it's gonna be raining on them, and their visuals are gonna be shot.
Yeah. And actually, this is a very important point. There's no check for this. You remember looking at your recon photos. Those guys don't have any searchlights or anything. They've got big barrels of fuel, so maybe they could light some bonfires, some search fires. That's it. So it's gonna be dark as dicks for them too. All right. Somebody in your unit, please make me a navigation check to determine how fast you navigate to the target when it's, as stated, dark as dicks.
Oh, right.
So, anybody got the navigation?
I have navigation.
All right.
I knew there's a reason why I put you on my squad.
Yeah, you've basically found yourself a woodsman.
Like, make sure we don't get lost.
It's like
And you can roll this with a +10 because you're coordinating with the pioneers. Presumably,
Okay.
they understand what they're doing on land.
okay, so navigation. And that is a fail.
All right. How many degrees
So-
of failure is that? Also, remember you guys have luck.
I feel you should use some luck there, Marth, my boy.
I
That is a
have
very bad
like
roll.
2 luck points.
Ooh.
That is a tough choice.
That
You
is
gonna
a
let the
tough
roll
choice.
stand?
That's up to you. I can't command
Huh.
your luck.
Well, is it absolutely crucial we don't?
No, you
Get
will make it to the
lost.
target regardless of the result. This is just how long are you going to be in this fucking storm?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, so my per is 36 plus 10 would be 46. So 44, 38. So 3 degrees of failure.
All right, so remember how you were supposed to start this mission at dawn? Probably maybe like
Yes.
somewhere between 0600 and 0700. It's you know like 10 o'clock in the morning now. You have watches. You guys got lost in the rain for a good couple of hours. And
So,
it is
like-
not letting up. Light as you move closer to the target, lightning is constantly crashing around you. It's raining really hard. Nobody's been struck by lightning or anything yet, but everybody remembers Flight 101. You are not supposed to fly into a thunderstorm because the Ethereum cores in your units will attract the lightning.
That's why we're trying to fly below trees.
What trees?
Oh, God.
That's okay. Luckily, the terrain is relatively flat, so there's nothing to run into. And since you guys have to fly way slower than your max speed, you guys can probably comfortably, pop a hover, at like ground height, basically. Comfortably hover less than a couple meters off the ground.
Right.
Occasionally, some idiot who can't see what he's doing gets caught up in a shrub, but like I said, you guys aren't going very fast.
There goes our beautiful formation.
Yeah, but that's okay. Nobody can see this either. You guys should be really glad that I rolled this as dawn in the first place, because if this was like a midnight mission, well, then actually you probably would have been given lights as mission gear. But yes, no, it's dark as knobs. And basically you guys are cruising gently behind the pioneers. In the vague darkness, you can start to make out like craters and other unnatural formations to the land. And you see the pioneer company's kind of halted up there, and you see the lieutenant, and he's got his field glasses out, trying to squeak him at the target.
All right. Well, guess the road trip's over. It's time to go dance with a storm.
He's kind of, he's peering with his eyes, and like, well, Lieutenant, actually, in the dark, you can probably see some vague fires, sputtering and stuttering. Looks like they've set a few fires to keep themselves warm, but I can't see anything else. It's going to be a terrible time making sure we don't shoot each other in this weather. But we are behind schedule. I haven't heard from the captain on the radio, but I can't expect she's too happy holding the enemy at bay all this time.
No, so let's not give her any more reason to yell at us for... who knows how long it'll be this time.
By the way, this I think is an important thematic bullet point to point out that your captain is famous because she aced a Scythian mage unit in this type of weather. Because she is, in fact, a void mage. And very good at her job.
All right. Me and my men, we're gonna go forward. As they do not have any air mages themselves, we'll try to maintain to the air. But as soon as this lightning strikes start getting closer, we may have to pull out temporarily. We'll try hit and run tactics.
Yeah.
Hit and run tactics, but as I said, we can't stay in one place for too long.
Yeah, be safe now.
You as well, Lieutenant. Happy hunting.
Mm-hmm. Manly salutes and clasps and stuff. All right.
All right.
Okie dokie. All right.
right.
What's your plan, Chief?
The plan is gonna be flybys.
All right.
The plan is to come in low, gain altitude, do strafing fire do shots overhead. We'll concentrate our targets by the bonfires because that's where everyone is probably gathered. Once we've passed over the base, we'll return to low altitude, come around, and repeat.
All right. Why don't you go ahead and roll me a tactics check to see if your ambush plan works?
All right. Let's see.
I guess technically this should be
I do
an
have
opposed tactics.
Poly 1D100. 26. I know that's a success. Because I think I have a 41. So that's 1 degree of success.
All right.
Wait, what is tactics based off of?
Int.
Tactics is based off of int.
Yeah, hang on. I think my int's only like in the 30s. Let me double check that. I was thinking leadership for some heckin' reason.
I shrugged dramatically.
Yeah. I don't get a full thing of success.
All right, that's good. Neither do
Man.
they. They rolled a
Wait,
22.
I'm gonna use luck. I have 4 luck.
Sure.
I have 4 luck. What does
so
luck do?
let's see. I think you could spend luck to reroll, and you can also where's that character creation? I think it's creation what you use with the luck. Luck can be spent to gain a plus 20 before rolling, to reroll a failed test, or to increase your degree of success by 1.
I will increase my degree of success by 1.
Alrighty. You get a lucky break. There's a peal of thunder, and they're looking elsewhere as you guys zoom and boom right on in. So, this is basically a surprise round. They're not expecting it at all. These poor schlubs just minding their business. Like I said, they've cracked open some oil drums and are literally burning fuel in bonfires. Because it's cold right now. Let's see. Let's say there are probably 5 of these bonfires. There's probably 4 or 5 guys scattered around each fire. And you've got the advantage on the sweep. So how you want to handle this?
I want this over quick. I forget. If I shoot is this video games? If I shoot the barrels, will they explode?
Yes. The status effect on this battlefield is literally called red barrels. So yes.
We're shooting the barrels.
All right. Okie dokie.
Okay.
I have rules for that. Where's objects? It's somewhere in here.
Oh yeah, salvage whatever you can. I want to salvage my men's life. Thank you very much.
I mean, while the captain is obviously, she's young, she's a prodigy, technically speaking, she, like I said, aced a situation like this flying over the Eastern Front. So, she's not necessarily going to be forgiving, but at the same time, you know that there's a certain amount of practicality, right? The long-term mission has to succeed. So, the inventory and requisition is your, like, minimum objective. That's like objectives of opportunity. Hey, if you see a box full of bullets that we can use, or you see a jerry can, steal it. But otherwise, the main goal is to make sure that the pioneers don't get shot and you don't get shot.
Yep.
All right, so notes about structures. All right. So go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Let's see here. That is.
Let's see.
Oh, excuse me.
I assume you're not gonna fire until you get into a nice range.
No.
As
I said, we're basically only gonna do basically one round of attack per pass. So we're gonna, I don't want to say whites of our eyes, but the air mage equivalent.
So it's dark. So it's low light. So you're gonna take a -10 to this.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. So let me see. You're gonna want to roll. And so there's not a DR into the barrel.
But we are flying from a height advantage.
True. So you can get that +10 back.
Sorry, Megan, did you say something?
Yeah, sorry. So I said you get your +10 back.
Yep.
All right.
And since I'm shooting a barrel, it's not unaware or flanked.
No. It's a barrel. It's not an extra large target, though, so.
No. Okay.
Nor is it particularly small.
Yeah. All right, but so I'm going to spend more luck because I'm the officer and I have to look good for my men, so I'm going to fucking hit it.
Roger.
So I'm going to spend the luck before this time, so I get a +20. This increases my chance to 50% of maybe doing this. So 1 poly D100. I'm kind of glad I did.
Right.
Because with the 48, my with the +20 and bonuses, that is a 51.
All right, so you hit.
So,
Let's see, where's my lovely GM document? How tough are these guys? Okay. All right, it explodes because basically that was your guaranteed shot. Oh, joy! And I roll a 2 on the random damage. So it does explode. Unfortunately, the first barrel mostly explodes up and out. It lightly singes the couple of guys standing around it. But yeah, they're not super inconvenienced. They immediately start shouting alarm things, though it does sound like they're having a hard time shouting over the noise of the storm. I mean, you guys can move pretty fast, so you can probably go ahead and scoot your pass and then turn around.
Yep.
So why don't we go ahead and roll initiative, because now they're aware of you, and they're going to be shooting back.
Wait, shouldn't Marth got a shot off?
Yeah, I guess he can shoot too. In the pass, do you want to shoot at a different barrel or what?
Sure, different barrel.
All right.
It's the same sort of -10 for low light.
Yes, but you get a +10 back because you're flying in, so you have height on the target.
Okay.
I bet that's a miss.
Let's see here.
This rainy mood is really rainy mood.
Yeah.
Do I want...
If it's okay if you miss, we're just gonna have to shoot more. That's all.
Yeah, I'll just go with missing.
All right.
It's dark.
Bullet
It's
flies
raining.
off into the darkness. Actually, hold on. I mean, you got a whole unit with you. I might as well roll for them as some kind of generic thing. Let's see. Where's my... So the average... What's the average warfare melee of these guys? Warfare ranged in melee, actually. I did not necessarily intend this to be a full-blown mass combat, so we're not going to break out into that. But, okay, so they got a 30-ish as an average. Oh, they rolled a 20. So let's see. Ooh, that's a 9. So you guys blitz past. The lieutenant hits somebody or hits an object, but doesn't really do a lot. But your soldiers are fairly more accurate with their lighter weapons and do manage to hit one more barrel, which explodes much more violently. There's lots of screaming. Several guys are set on fire, which makes them very obvious targets.
Yeah.
Is it cover? Yeah, it's cover. So let's see. Yeah, it counts as having the. All right. So yes, they're not happy, but let's roll initiative. So remember that's 1d10 plus your agility modifier.
All right, so that is just roll. I forget. Does the dice bot let you do the plus? I'm gonna find out.
Yeah.
Agility. So that's 3.
Get a notepad so I can
Nope.
track infantry or initiative.
Okay, so 10.
Fairly good.
You need to do
Oh, it's
Poly.
Poly. I keep forgetting.
1d10 plus whatever you're right.
Okay, cool. Bitchin', I am amazing at this.
Nice. All right, so Wolfgang is at 13. Okay, so it's 10. All right. So's, Wolfgang, you go first. Let's see. You did a pass and a turnaround. Well, how far out did you turn around? That'll probably
Excuse me?
determine your starting range.
What was the question again?
About how far out would you turn around again?
Basically, as soon as we descended back down to ground level, we would start our turn there, but we would keep along the ground until we wouldn't be flying exactly over the same path we came. So it'd be coming down, and then we go do a full quarter turn, and then come
Sure.
back up.
I'm saying more like how many meters away or so would you have positioned this to turn around?
Immediately.
All right.
So 10? I mean,
Alright.
Yeah, I'd say 10.
Okay. All right. So you guys turn on a dime. You're now on the opposite side from where you fired at those first couple guys, so you're not engaging them right away.
No.
So you've got another couple of fires, and there's some guys huddled around them, and it's your initiative. So you're about 10 meters-ish away from them.
All right. Well, as I said, we're gonna circle around. We're gonna circle around a little bit and start another pass. I don't know if we actually have enough movement to actually get a shot off, though. Let's see here.
I mean, what weapon are you using?
Repeating
Yeah.
rifle.
Your long range is 500 meters.
How many meters are there from the?
I mean, you said you turned around within 10 meters of the target, so yeah. They're close.
Okay. Yeah. Well, then we'll just.
You're
start
actually
circling
inside your
around.
short range right now.
Okay. Then we'll start circling, and I'll take another shot.
Okay.
At a different barrel.
Do you want to aim first or anything? Since your
Yes.
repeating rifle is slow. You can only take one shot anyway.
Aim for a barrel.
Oh, and you have a companion action too. So what's your companion doing this slot?
Let me double check what companions can do.
The easiest is that they can basically support your shots, so that would be an additional plus something. Let's see, where's my list?
No, my companion will be performing the action Eyes Up. Keeps an eye out for threats or details.
All right. And so any team, until the start of your next turn, at any point if you have to make an awareness roll, you get a plus 10.
Yep.
All right.
but I will aim and then take a shoot at another barrel.
Okie dokie.
I'm within the short range, you said?
Yes. Because you're inside 25 meters. Keeping in mind, in this era, mainline battle rifles are big, long rifles.
So would that be the close range modifier for plus 10?
Yeah, that's close range.
Okay.
Not point blank, but close.
Yeah, close. So that's plus 20, heart magnifier. Yeah, I won't roll any luck for this. So, poly, 1d100. Wow, no. That sucks.
Would you like to
I
re-roll that?
I think I will.
Good. You really don't want your second bullet to jam.
No. So let's re-roll that because rolling 100 is bad.
Yeah, that'd have been real bad.
Real bad. I still a failure, I think. Let me. Yeah, I only got like 50 something. So
right.
I miss.
You work the bolt. Flies off into the darkness. All right. Mr. Ulrich, you're up.
Okay.
And remember that your companion has an action also.
Right. I'm just trying to see what they would want to do since he's a medic. I don't want the medic shot.
Well, nobody's hurt yet. Otherwise, he could use his companion action to do his special Healy Bop thing. But if you want him to basically just do nothing but stick with you, that would be move as one.
Okay, I'll just have him move as one.
All right, so he just sticks off your wing real close.
Okay, and now I'll... Right, in actions, let's see here. I'll do aim for one of the barrels.
All right.
Using my repeating rifle.
Mm-hmm. Boy, this is a huge change-up. You guys are all using vanilla-ass rifles right now.
Yeah.
Right. And if I'm looking at this right, I do have the quirk steady hands.
All right, that gives you a bonus of some description.
Yeah, it says you gain a +5 on WFR tests and +10 on all tests when steady hands help.
Yeah, okay, so in this case, you just get the +5 on warfare ranged.
Okay,
and then you also
so
get
that's...
+10 for its close range.
Okay, so that would make me 50, and since this close range is 60, any negative modifiers?
Yeah, it's still dark.
Okay, so minus 10.
Mm-hmm. Dark as dicks.
Okay, so that just cancels out those two modifiers. Okay, so time to roll them.
Nice.
Okay, so 20 out of 50, so that's 3 degrees of success.
Yep, alright, you hit. It pops. Fireball up, those guys are burned a little bit.
Okay.
But not enough to kill them.
This angers me.
Yes.
We're just popping up barrels and they're just... Yeah.
Alright, so those guys whose barrel you just blew up, it's their turn. Let's see, okay. Let's see, there's 3 of them. Well, unfortunately, Ulrich, you actually hit their barrels, so they're probably gonna, I'll say 2 of them shoot at you, and 1 of them shoots at your very... Actually, wait, no. Your commander's very shiny. All 3 of them are going to shoot at him. And they have to aim, I think, to be able to do this at all.
Oh,
let's see.
Because it's dark and you're flying.
And we just killed their light source.
Right.
Yeah. So it's pretty dark, and you guys are flying, which gives them a big penalty anyway. So they're gonna half aim, and they're gonna shoot. Let's see what happens. 34, no. Bullet flies off into the distance. 32, also no. And that's a 53. That's even more no. Wolfgang, you get the impression some guys are shooting at you, maybe. It's a little hard to tell over the rain and thunder. And they all gotta work the bolt. So, their officer will go. That's the fourth guy who was standing around this barrel. And, let's see. He also has to aim, because he's also terrible at this. That's a 67. No. Bang. Goes off in the darkness somewhere. He really wishes you'd been close enough for him to pull out his saber and fight you. Alas. Alack. Alright, so that's new initiative order. So we're back at the top. It's now very dark around those guys. But they're shooting at you. For full disclosure, if they aim, they have a 10% chance to hit you, so it's not likely. But they're gonna keep trying.
Well, let's keep circling and shooting.
Right. So there's there's three, because you only hit one barrel the first pass, so there's like 3 more barrels, but one of them's on like the far side from you. In the distance, you can hear the pioneers starting to fire as they move in. So you probably don't have to worry about those guys on the far side right now.
Instead of firing, I would like to make a command test to make sure that my platoon is staying organized in this shit.
Sure. All right. That sounds like a half action.
So, I don't know if they can hear it, but, get my whistle out.
Oh, no, that's the whole point of the whistle. They can hear the whistle.
And I'm just going to be like, I'm going to blow on the whistles, maintain movement, maintain firing.
All right.
Or something like that. Something to that effect. I don't fucking know.
You play them the song of your people, dude. Nobody whistle. Everybody's wearing headphones.
Oh, God. How do we get luck back, by the way?
Actually, I think it's when the session ends. Or is
right.
it 8 hours of rest?
I think it's through rest that you gain a point back. Or you gain all.
Let me go ahead and double check that section, because it's been a while. At the end of a session, or by getting a full night's of rest.
Okay.
Which, by the way,
that's a little
means
up in the
that
air
if
for me.
you fuck up your night terrors roll, you don't get your luck back.
That sucks. But I'm going to use some luck.
Alright.
Damn it! I did it wrong.
Of course you did. You gotta put a 1 in there.
I did. I don't know how to type. What is this? What is typing? I don't even know. What? Fuck!
Oh, you improved by a whole 4 points, audience. The first roll was a 79. The second roll was a 75. So yeah, they can't hear you over this din of the storm.
God damn it. Whistle, you have failed me.
Alright, that was only a half action, though. There's no reason to penalize you with that for a full action, so you got a half action left.
Well, I guess I'll just make a pot shot then.
Alright. So what are you firing at?
The officer.
Alright.
Let's see here.
So you're close, you're high, but not that high.
It's dark, so plus 20. On the nose? Yeah, 51 out of 51.
All right, well, he's got a reaction, so... Are these guys trained in evasion? Oh, officers are in fact trained in evasion, so he's gonna roll agility. That's a not 3. He sees you shooting, and he ducks right down. Bullet sails over his head. You know, it's some kind of incredibly Anglo epithet. By George! He calls you a dirty Hun. No, he calls you a cheeky Hun. How very dare you, sir?
For my companion action, she will continue to keep eyes up.
All right.
No nasty surprises. None. Or refuse.
Okie dokie. Ulrich, you're next.
Okay, so I'll just keep the companion with me.
Sure.
So that's that. And then, Okay, so it's... Right, so there's no light source right now.
I mean, there
I
are
don't need
distant
it.
light sources, so it's not pitch black.
Okay, so
Like
it's
even
still
even
that
if there
much
was no
then.
light sources, there'd still be flashes of thunder. So it's just low light.
Okay. Okay, so I'll take a moment to aim.
Mhm.
Then I'll fire.
At whom? There's like 3 regular infantry guys and an officer. The officer, I would like to point out, has already used his response action this turn, so he can't dodge again.
Right. Oh, that's right. The repeating rifle has a take slow, so I can't use that.
No, you can. You can't double tap with it.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
I
can only shoot it
can't.
like once per. Yeah, you have
Okay.
to. It only take. Yeah.
Okay, so pretty much it's just like you can only shoot once per like.
Yeah, once per
turn.
action turn.
Yeah.
Basically,
Okay.
the idea with slow weapons is like they have a manual action, like a bolt or a lever. You have to work in between every shot. So, unlike say a semi-automatic, you can't just go bap bap. Or even with your punches, you can throw a couple punches in a single turn.
Okay, so I'll fire with that.
Though I would like to remind you, you guys only have a couple of spare reloads, and you only hold 5 bullets in the gun.
That's right. I've taken like 2 shots. I should keep track of that.
3.
Okay, so that's gonna make it 3 for me.
Okay,
Well,
okay.
3 left for me. So I'll fire. Time to roll.
This is actually really good. I'm glad you guys are weapon-wise so generic. This is a complete difference from last time where you guys were like carrying shotguns and SMGs.
Oh. Do I want to spend luck?
I mean, at some point you guys are gonna run out of bullets and you're gonna have to affix bayonets.
Okay, so I'm going to spend luck on reroll that.
Welcome to the Keystone Cops of the Great War.
And that's also a nope.
Flies over his shoulder. All right. Well, it's the infantry's turn. Let's see. They're gonna aim. Though technically they should get close range bonus, so they have like a 20% chance.
Oh God.
But still.
Oh gosh.
So there's 3 of them. Nah, we'll split this up. 2 of them will shoot at Ulrich because he fired at their officer last. That's a 55. And that's a 56. They're so close together. So those 2 attacks on you whiff, and the 3rd guy will shoot at Wolfgang. That's a 19. Mr. Wolfgang, would you like to actively defend?
I would like to actively defend.
All right. What sort of active defense are you doing?
I'll use barrier.
All right. That's right. You guys are mages. You're magic.
Hell yeah. Let's. I don't have spellcraft, so that gets cut in half to 20. But I will burn a charge from my core.
Mm-hmm. Oh, actually, that's a good point. This like took you like 3 hours of flight time, so remember to knock off like 3 of those.
Oh yeah. Huh?
Okay.
That's important because you might get lost in the desert with no flight.
That would suck.
At least
Yeah.
we wouldn't run out of water anytime soon.
Oh yeah, no. Remember those fucking moonscape craters? Those are now fucking moonscape ponds.
So that brings me up to 40.
Honestly, in fact, if any of you guys were any good at architecture, you might wonder if this storm doesn't keep up for another couple of hours, if some of these buildings aren't going to fall over.
Oh, I made it. Thank God. Wait, that's only a success.
No, it's fine.
Because it's 31 out of 40.
It's fine. He got a 19 out of 20. So
Oh, okay.
the bullet comes right for your face. Suddenly, magical hexagons appear in front of you and just boom, bounces off. NBD. All right. The officer goes.
Oh.
What's his agility? 30, I say. Is a charge a full action? I mean, technically you guys are flying, so he probably shouldn't be able to charge you. He really wants to try and stab you. Gonna be honest. Because he'd be slightly better at that. But no, he will aim and fire at Wolfgang. Because you used your thing. No, that's a 43 out of 20.
Oh,
Achoo! His bullet also goes off at a distance somewhere. By the way, I would like to point out you guys aren't taking actions to move, so you're kind of gently hovering around these guys.
So like, okay,
Honestly, it's like,
pretty much like hornets.
Yeah. Basically, the way I'm picturing it is that while the lieutenant has attempted to keep his guys in formation, they didn't really hear, so most of your unit is basically wheeling past you and around, and eventually they're going to come around for another pass. You guys are kind of lingering because you had the idea that you would stay in formation, like drop these guys and move on, so you're kind of falling behind the pack a little.
yeah. Oh, whatever. We're in combat.
Yeah, it's top of the round.
Da, 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 da.
I was just trying to think, what would you guys using spells help here? But no, you've got piercing rounds. So
Yeah, no. And I got treasure sense. I can tell that guy has shiny shit on him.
yes. That's about it.
So, I'm gonna command my companion to follow my tracers.
Fire at my target.
Pretty much. So I'm gonna get a plus 10 on all range attack rolls and deal additional damage on a hit equal to my companion's warfare ranged, which is pretty sure it's basic.
Yeah, so it'll probably be
Yeah,
like
it's 20.
20,
plus
so
2.
2 extra damage.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be rolling this at a plus 30. Yeah, plus 30. I have to think about that for a second.
So what I've learned from this is that you guys really need to buy some scout rifles or something.
Yeah.
That, or you guys
I
should
thought-
just stop trying to shoot them and fucking affix bayonets or pull your halberds.
No, I'm not. It's about to.
I figure when you run through your 5 bullets, you're not gonna reload. You're just gonna say fuck it and wait in. There's no risk of friendly fire if I'm stabbing.
Yeah.
Nah, it's gonna be point blank firing.
All right, so do you want to do anything with that miss?
No.
All right. Your companion's like, all right, I got you, Lieutenant. You find an
She gives me a
unbroken
wither.
pane of glass somewhere out there that breaks.
She just gives me a withering glare. I try to whistle, but the rain makes it difficult.
Yeah, you're very wet. It's been raining for hours. All right, well, Ulrich. These same, I mean, these. By the
Okay.
way, I should point out these guys are like, not quite, but like close to half dead. You blew them up pretty good.
How close are they together?
you have a
I mean, they were
rifle
standing around a barrel, so they're probably within like a meter of each other. They haven't moved at all.
Okay, I'm using one of my rifle grenades.
All right.
Here comes the explosives.
So yeah, that takes you 1 action to set up the grenade, and then to basically you have to load the grenade round, and then 1 to shoot. So
Okay, so that's just gonna be that. That's 15 minus 10. Okay. Oof. Somehow I'm betting this is gonna be like failure.
all
I
right.
mean, it's gonna explode no matter what. So
yeah.
yeah.
So,
Okay,
we'll
so-
calculate scatter.
Okay, so that's 61 out of 40, so 2 degrees of failure.
All right. So it randomly scatters 2 meters in a direction. Do you want to roll which direction it scatters in, or do you want me to do that?
You can do that.
All right. Come to me yonder scatter table. All right. So, all right, so you're facing them, and it scatters to 2 o'clock. So it scatters a little off. You know, you're shooting a rifle grenade. The wind catches it. You overshoot the target a little. That's still within blast range. So, because you've got a 4-meter blast on that.
Okay.
So they
Okay.
need to roll evasion, and they need to get out of the range, or they take the damage. So, where's these guys' stats? They are trained in evasion, but they've only got a 30 agility. That's a 91. That guy doesn't move. That's a 71. That guy doesn't make it. That's an 89. That guy doesn't make it. And the officer, that's a 71. That doesn't make it. All right. So roll blast damage. Roll your damage.
Okay, so right, and what's the roll for blast?
You didn't hit them directly, so it's fine. You will hit all 4 of them with this damage at 1 roll.
Okay, so I just roll whatever my damage roll is. Okay.
Now you're thinking with explosives.
Okay, so right, so it's blast 4.
Yeah, that's just the radius is 4 meters.
That's the range, and then
Yeah, it's 2d10.
for the okay,
2d10
just
with a
double
piercing
checking.
4. Yeah, these guys are just wearing battle dress, so the only thing their armor is good for is basically punching them.
Okay, so that's 16.
All right, hey, guess what? These guys have 15 wounds, and you already set them on fire. They explode. Ah!
Okay, that takes care of them.
There you go. Now you're using your noggins. All right. So, if I wanted to
So that
reintroduce
means
guys, I
I
would reroll initiative.
have
So
3 rifle grenades left.
I'm pretty sure that other people I have more grunts. I just want to give them command to just fucking use grenades.
all right. Okay, you're gonna yell at them to use grenades. Roll a command test.
Since everyone's ranked lower than me, right?
Yes.
I need to remember I get a plus 20 because of that.
Hi.
Let's see here.
Yeah, basically, you're a trained officer. You are trained to yell at people. The only people who your bonus doesn't instinctively apply to is people who are the same rank as you, people who aren't soldiers, people who are higher ranked than you.
Wait, do I have anything else for command? Wait.
I mean, your
What?
filigree, doesn't that give you like a slight bonus on leadership checks?
Yeah, actually, I was just thinking. Yeah, I think it gives me plus 5. So
Yep.
I just haven't written down the fucking.
Which is good, because they keep shooting at you.
Yeah, let's see here.
They just really suck in these conditions.
No, not golden armor. No. Oh, 5 all. Yeah, so it's plus 25.
Well, I just decided to randomly roll for the Pioneers. That was an ot 4, so they're doing great right now. You hear the sounds of guys dying off on the other side of the compound.
66. Yeah, so I just succeed.
Okay. All right, so you basically belt out the order, use your grenades.
Yep.
All right. All right. Let's go ahead and roll for your unit. Let's do a nice generical test. 86. They're not doing so hot today. Things start exploding, and then some more stuff starts exploding, because they're
Uh-oh.
hitting fuel barrels.
Uh-oh.
So now basically here's your snapshot. We'll say we're out of hard and fast initiative for a moment. Here's your snapshot. This is what's happening. You belt out the order, switch to your grenades. immediately your highly trained guard fusiliers are also equally done with this shit and start just chucking stick bombs, firing rifle grenades, because everybody's got like one or two stick bombs on them, and stuff starts exploding. You over the radio you hear the lieutenant saying,
Lieutenant, could you watch that fire?
some of those are pretty close. Okay, thanks. Blam, as he shoots the guy, because the pioneers are keeping the shit together. But the more important terrain detail here is that everything's on fire now. So buildings and warehouses have caught fire. There's a couple of trucks they basically had like parked here that are on fire. Some men are on fire running around, diving into, like I said, these deep crater-like pools of water. On the plus side, the light level here is gone way up because these are oil and gas-based fires, so the water doesn't put them out right away. There's still a couple of like squads of guys wandering around in the burning hellscape you have created. What do you want to do, officer?
I want to demand their surrender.
All right. I'm trying to think. That sounds like an intimidation check with leadership.
Alrighty. I do not have intimidation trained. Suck.
Well, you can try.
I will try. Man, this dice roller is just like, nah, we like it high right now.
Yeah, that's why I have multiple sets of percentile dice I'm rolling. Excuse you.
Fuck it, I want this combat to be over, like, now. So I'm gonna use my last bit of luck here.
Alright.
Nope. Still high. Why?
Okay.
Oh, well.
Alright.
Wait, do I get any bonuses from them being real fucking done with this shit, too?
No, honestly, they have no idea what's going on, like, tactically, so, like, as far as they know,
Okay.
you're like, you could be the only guy here.
Okay.
Alright, so, as a response to your politely and gentlemanly worded request that they drop their arms and surrender, there's one more officer who pulls his revolver and shoots at you. Unfortunately, he rolls a 44 out of 30-ish and misses.
Well, time to fix bayonet, bitches.
I mean, I think you guys got like one bullet left in the chamber.
Eh, it's good to save it. You never know.
All right. Let's roll a new initiative. Why not? Let's change things up. I'll say it's an officer and another like 3 infantry guys.
Okay.
These guys got a 6,
Oh, now you want to go low, dickweed.
and the officer gets a 12.
I rolled a...
Oh, we flip flopped. Great.
Two.
Good old thing. This is why, Lucky, you may want to look into the officer talent that lets you roll in int instead of agility for initiative.
Is my int even better than my agility? No.
Probably not yet, but maybe in future. There's also one that lets you. Might be good for either of you. There's one that lets you roll. Let your whoever is better between you or your companion roll. So Wolfgang is at a 5. And Ulrich is at a 4. And, well, obviously it's not super long. We're like an hour 45. I expect that after this combat, one way or another, the mission will be over and we can wrap up.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, officer gets to go first. Let's see. Let's see how many meters away you are. Alright, so he's across the compound. He's at like 50 meters. So actually, could he have even made that revolver shot? Yeah, okay, exactly. Alright. Solid. Well, he can still shoot you with his revolver, so, and that's not slow, so he's gonna take 2 revolver shots. at you, fellow officerman.
Curse you, filigree.
Oh, well, that's a 30, so that's a hit. Exactly. What would you like to do?
I'll just use standard old evasion.
Okay. Whoop.
Let's see here. Nope.
My God, have
I
you
get
been
hit.
shot?
I've been shot.
Oh, great. The corpsman might actually get to do something this turn.
Yeah.
Where's my hit location tables? Alright, so revolver is... Well, hold on. Before I look where you got shot, let me roll damage first, just so I don't forget it. Ooh. That's a big fat 10, so that's a crit.
Oh, God.
So, that's 14 damage to... Where's my hit tables? Critical
Excuse me, sir.
damage.
I only have 14 wounds.
That's okay, you get armor.
I mean, I only have 18 wounds.
To 0-3, which is the head.
Oh.
So, whatever your head armor is.
Head armor. Ah, shit, I didn't actually write that down. Fuck. Body armor only has, like, what, a 1 or a 2 to it?
Yeah, something like that.
Let me-
And this has
let
got
me,
pen 4, so
So,
probably taking your straight raw damage.
Body armor.
So
Let's see here.
Let's see.
Body armor.
So 10s. That means
2.
you roll.
It has a 2 to the head.
All right, it's got a pen of 4. Your armor does nothing.
Shit.
All right, well, we're going to check out critical damage. So we're going to do... This is over half your wounds.
Yes.
And it was a 10. So that'll be 6d10 plus 10 critical damage. So let me roll a bunch of d10s. I gotta do math. And I rolled pretty bad, so that's good for you. So that's 14, 16, 18. 18 plus 8, my one good die, is... So 26. 26 simplified critical damage. Flesh wound. Chunks of flesh are removed, but no further damage. You take 5 bleed, so you lose 5 blood count now, and at the start of every turn, you lose 5 more blood count. As a revolver bullet wings your temple. Gasp.
Oh, this is going to be a 6 scar.
Yeah, it is. Luckily, the corpsman's right there. And he has a second shot. Oh, actually,
Yep.
you just took half your wounds in one blow, so make me a toughness test right now. Let's see if you faint dead away from the shock.
Toughness test.
Yep.
28.
War sucks.
My toughness is 28.
All right. So yeah, unless you're gonna mod that, you're donezo. So, you know,
Yeah, I already used all my luck.
which by the way was a really bad idea because if this had, you know, that second shot probably would have done you in, and then you'd be dead. Maybe. So yeah, so Corporal Ulrich, you see the lieutenant take a shot to the head and drop like a brick.
Crumple.
Oh no! Oh no!
Well, I will be polite and say that the enemy officer loses his second half action, yelling about how a bloody good shot that was.
Okay.
See that? Shot him right out of the air. I'm incredibly Anglo right now. All right, and yeah. Remember to keep track of your bleed every turn, Lucky, because that still applies. But otherwise, you're taking a lovely nap, and you will eventually bleed out if nobody fixes you.
So is it 5 bleed a turn?
Yeah, it's 5 bleed a turn, and you lose 5 to start, obviously, because of the initial wound.
Yeah.
That means you got like 20 turns, I think, before you're donezo. Thereabouts. Alright, so now the 3 infantrymen are gonna go. There's nobody to shoot at but the gruntman, so they're gonna use repeating
Okay.
rifles.
Yay!
That's a 65. That's a 62. Oh, there's a 30 on the dot. Would you like to actively defend in some manner?
Okay, so 30 on the
Yeah.
dot. I'll go with defending.
All right.
Just double checking something.
It was a solid application of critical damage.
Right. Oh, okay, so... Huh. Okay, I was just double checking my, one of my general talents. Bodyguard was Lucky's character within 3 meters of me.
I mean, you're flying pretty tight, so probably.
I could have actually taken the shot.
Alas, nobody thought of that.
Yeah,
But yes,
I
for future
forgot
reference,
about
yes,
it.
you could totally have taken the shot for him.
Yeah. Okay, anyhow, I'm going to dodge that with... which one is better for me? Okay, I'm going to use active shield.
Okay.
So, will. And active barrier. Okay, so... Okay, so I just roll that. Okay, so I need to roll under that. And this is probably going to be... Oh! Okay, so I got 15 out of 37.
All right. The rifle bullet
Two
sails towards you and
degrees
just
of
pings off your
success.
shield. Yay, shields.
Yay, so at least I'm not shot yet.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
That's all of them. So Wolfgang is busy. Hey Wolfgang, does your companion want to do anything with their companion actions?
Let's see here. Let me check, because I have to scroll again. Or scrolling, yay. Actually, hang on, no, I'll use... There we go. Let's see here.
And it should be noted that technically, if you need her to make like a regular ass action, like just shoot somebody since you're unconscious, she can do that too.
Is there any cover around here?
Yeah, no, there are some boxes and crates which aren't on fire. Like I said, there's a couple trucks that they've got set out. There are some low walls that are ruined.
My companion will swear a lot in our native tongue and proceed to drag my limp body behind some cover.
All right, what's her agility?
For agility... At the bottom is 20.
All right. Okay. So she drags you a couple meters behind a pile of bricks that used to be some sort of building that was exploded.
Right.
All right, Ulrich, it's yours.
Okay, so first off, Companion's going to do medical emergency on... go over and do medical emergency on the lieutenant.
All right, so he makes a medication test with whatever his medication is rated.
Okay, so medication for him is 30.
Hmm?
And since this is not me, it's going to be... There's no
Yeah.
plus 20 to this.
Yes, I do believe so.
Okay. Got it. And now someone else can just talk for my companion.
You know,
He could be
basically, you
just a
say
strong.
you probably say, you know, heal the lieutenant, and he's like,
It's like, go heal our commanding officer.
Yawl. He flies. Ooh, nice.
That is a 5 out of 30, so do 2 degrees of success.
All right, so let's see. First aid action, because that's how that works. All right, so first aid recovers 1 wound and removes 10 bleed for every DOS. So you recover, what was that, 2 DOS? So you recover 2 wounds, plus he's using a first aid kit, so it's an additional 1d2 divided by 2. So it's 2 more. That was a 4 I rolled. Mr. Lieutenant, you are no longer bleeding. You can scrub off all
Yay.
that bleed. And you recover total of 4 wounds, and you can wake up now.
Oh.
You find the corpsman slapping bandages on your head.
I got a sweet gauze wrap.
All right, so that was just your companion action, Ulrich. So you have your regular
Okay.
actions.
Okay, and these guys are still all in the same range.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't have had much call to spread out. So
Okay, I'm done with this. Another grenade.
all right, that's one action to pop that rifle grenade in, and the second to shoot. I should point out I'm not calling this low light anymore because there's lots of fire.
Okay, so that's going to be... Okay, that's good.
But do remember, they are now at about 50 meters away from you.
All right.
So it's not close anymore, probably. Maybe?
That is still with... Okay, so rifle grenades is 15 meters to 200.
All right, so that is, in fact, still close for a rifle grenade.
So that's plus 10.
Yep.
And that is 15 out of 60. So
Okay.
that is 4.
So that's dead on, so they have to roll. So who were you aiming at specifically?
I was aiming at their officer.
All right. So if he doesn't make this, he's going to take double damage. No, that's a 97. No, that's a critical failure, actually. So he takes more damage? No, he doesn't take more damage, but it's bad for him. He stumbles into the grenade. All right, that guy rolled a 23. That's not enough meters, so he's still hit. That guy rolled a 34. He doesn't go anywhere. That guy rolled a 49. That guy doesn't go anywhere. Okay, so you once again hit all 4 of them.
Damn, Marth.
By the way, audience, in case you were wondering, explosives and fully automatic weapons are very, very scary. As seen here today. All right, so
Okay,
roll your
so-
damage. And the
Okay,
officer
so
takes
that's-
double.
So double whatever I roll
Yeah,
here.
so just that one. You hit him directly with the grenade. He takes X2, whatever you roll.
Okay, so that's 11 and 22 for the
Uh-huh.
officer.
All right, I think 51 is body. Not that it
And
matters.
the
Does it
rifle
matter?
grenade is pen 4.
Yeah, he's also just wearing a... Oh, no, he's got an armor vest, but I think that takes care of all that, so... Alright, so he takes 22 damage. He is reduced to a pink mist. The
How
other
much
guys, though,
offense?
only take 11 damage, so let's see. They all need to roll toughness to avoid passing out. That guy's done. That guy's done. That was literally the same thing twice. That guy's done. Actually, there were only 3 of them, so yeah, they're all unconscious. Bark.
Yay!
So, Lieutenant, you poke your head up over the cover just in time to see your wonderful rifleman explode a guy.
Great.
I'll just do a quick salute, look in the direction of my lieutenant. It's like, got them, sir.
Pioneers are doing good.
Good job. You have avenged me.
Okay, this is hilarious. I don't know why, but the dice have decided. I rolled a 13 to check how the Pioneers are doing, which is, I'm sure, under any of their stats. And then I rolled to see how your guys are doing. They rolled a 93. You really need to work on your team discipline.
No, the weather needs to be fucking cooperative so we can fucking coordinate better. Because they're just standing in one fucking spot shooting. We have to fly around and dodge.
Yes.
Fuck them.
Yeah. So apparently you're easy company. But yeah. So at this moment, after their rousing round of grenading, your flying mages are mostly scooting around, taking pot shots at anybody who's left, but not really hitting anything. The Pioneers have firmly advanced to the camp, and yeah, at this point, it's basically taken over.
All right, cool. I'm gonna blow the whistle to fucking fall back and regroup.
All right. Everybody falls back. So I figure we can just speed this up a little. The Pioneers thoroughly search the area. Do you want to stick around and search any of the warehouses for supplies?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Sure.
Roll investigate. To search. If only Lucky had Vulture, you guys would be really good at this.
Investigation. Nope. And investigation. So that's half a lever I should roll if I want to do this.
Can I type commands? Nope.
Okay. I'm going to try it anyway.
Nope. It's also a nope.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you actually might find something.
Okay, so for me, I have an int of 35 divided by 2 is 17.5, which is pretty much 17, so that's 0 degrees of success.
All right. You don't find anything important, but you find some incidentals. Like there's a box full of gauze or something in the back of a truck that you just steal real quick.
Yoink.
Stuff like that. Not enough to restock
Okay.
any of your ammo or anything. But yeah, hey, good job, you.
Okay.
You technically accomplished a mission objective. So unfortunately, as I said, most of what your unit was doing was flying around and blowing shit up. So
Right.
the amount of materials which can be salvaged from this are fairly limited. They managed to find a couple of gas cans which weren't burned. Like I said, there's some medical supplies. You leave the ammo because it's not the right caliber. You set it on fire. Oh, those couple of buildings that were left mostly intact from the artillery strike, they just burned down.
Yeah.
And, yeah, mission accomplished. The rain finally dies down. Just in time for this out-of-control fire to, return this place to the desert. If you guys need any water or anything, there's a shitload of rainwater here, but that's about it.
I could really use some coffee right about now.
Do you want to take the time to boil a kettle? Keeping in mind, your secondary objective is a rally point, which you were supposed to be at hours ago.
I guess we should get there.
All right.
Yeah,
So
let's
you zoom off.
there.
Luckily, like I said, weather conditions have returned to lovingly overcast. You wheel on back. You guys arrive. You see the Jaeger Corps are there, mostly intact. A little scuffed up. They've obviously been fighting.
Mm-hmm.
You guys roll up. Captain's there. Overlieutenant's there. She's very frowny. The captain looks like she wants to be frowny, but then she notices that your lieutenant is wearing a bandage on his head and crisp salutes.
Crisp salutes all around.
Well, your report, Lieutenant?
I'll give a concise report, basically explaining that en route we came under a thunderstorm and had to slightly change our flying formation in order to avoid being hit by the freak lightning strikes. The weather then impeded our fighting conditions, so that it took a lot longer, and we had to resort to more final measures to ensure wiping out the enemy.
Yeah, she kind of nods. She takes it in stride.
Mhm.
Very well. The primary objective has been accomplished. That is all that matters. We encountered minimal additional resistance. The storm front passed over us faster than you, so everything was fine by then. It's good that the mission is accomplished. We shall return to command. I will file a report with the Colonial Command, and we will await our further orders. Good job, everyone. Tonight, the first round of beer is on me. Because remember, high morale, and you guys like your captain. Alright. You guys zoom back to base. If you guys want to have any, like, low-key role-playing scenes, now would be a good time. Otherwise, I assume you guys are just gonna hit the showers hard.
I could roleplay my adjutant completely bitching me out for being incompetent commander and getting shot. How dare I get shot?
Probably now
Right.
as the corpsman has a good look at you and is stitching your face back together.
Mm-hmm. She is now complaining to me about how much additional mop supplies is going to cost, how we have to replace all the grenades that were used in this. If I wasn't such an incompetent commander, we could have done this much easier and much faster and actually earned some honor and respect around here. But no, it's a good thing that she's around to keep me in line. And then she'll huffily adjust her glasses.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And I
okay.
can't say anything to her.
Well, you're busy getting stitched up.
Yeah.
The corpsman does the class. Raphael, the corpsman does the classic. He pulls out the medicinal alcohol and he's like, "All right, shot for you, shot for me, shot for the needle."
I ain't turning it down.
Jolly good. As a mage company, you probably have a couple of healers around. That said, it's for just a bullet wound. It's a lot more efficient if he just zigs and zags you back up. Okay, so let's do some post-mission stuff. So obviously you can look up natural healing, so you figure out at what rate you heal. And where's fatigue? Because it's time for post-mission fatigue.
Yay!
So this mission sucked, so everybody give me a toughness test at -10.
Oh, God.
Okay, so that is...
No.
Oh, jeez.
All right. So let's see. It was 3 hours of travel. There was maybe 1 hour of fighting. All right, go.
That is a 96 out of 33.
All right, so everybody's fatigued. So you gain the fatigue condition until you rest for twice as many hours as total mission time, including travel. So you guys probably gotta rest about 8 to 10 hours before you feel up to another mission. So basically, you guys want to hope and pray that I don't roll some kind of random condition, which is and now you must fight immediately next session.
So
because you guys are
enemy
tired.
is suddenly, it's like the enemy is suddenly upon you.
You are cold and wet and tired. Only now it's hot because you're out of the rain and the cold and the dark. So yeah, everybody probably goes back to base and showers, drinks. Even though it's noon, you drink. I don't need that anymore. Other than that,
I will ask my adjutant if she would kindly take care of some of the reports while I go lay down.
yeah, you really the like I said, the corpsman's probably yes, Lieutenant, you should really lay down. Headwinds are tricky.
Yeah.
Eat fortified foods. I've got some lovely iron
I get
rations if you
that.
need them.
my lovely adjutant will not actually say anything, but she'll gather up the necessary reports and begin working on them. I will retire to my quarters.
All right. And everybody make sure to keep track of how many guys you killed. Because that's
I didn't kill
actually
anybody.
insane.
Marth,
Ah.
how many? You killed like
I killed an
8.
officer, and I
you killed an
like-
officer and 7. No, you killed 2 officers.
I
Yeah, you
did?
killed like 8 guys.
Yeah.
Okay, I killed 8 guys. Okay, I'm going to put that down.
Because that'll
You
keep
killed-
you on track for your combat badges. I don't think
Well, I should get the fucking wounded medal.
Oh yeah, no, you get the bleeding heart. Like, the captain's not an asshole. She immediately puts you in for a medal because
Ugh.
you were shot in the line of duty. So in your medals, go ahead and jot that down. And whenever you are healed from any source, you get +1 wound. Yay, you!
Yay me.
Okay, so I just noted that thing down. 2 officers, 6 soldiers.
Just infantry guys. No mages yet.
Oh, and mark how you killed them, like with grenades and stuff. That's useful. That's good to know.
Yeah, actually, that's good for titles and stuff too.
Yeah, all grenades right now. Nothing with stabby or shooty.
Rifle grenades are
Pew,
great,
pew.
guys. Repeating rifles suck.
This is why I bought 2 more grenades.
Mhm.
Besides, my WFR is 45.
Just double check it. I think there's a. No. Okay, this wasn't necessarily a mission or operation that was intended to be long lasting or long distance, so that's not a big deal.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. If there are no further scenes or anything, let's do EXP.
Woo.
So let's see. You accomplish your mission, and you guys did actually kill some guys. You beat a couple teams of guys. Let's call a nice round 300. For you. I'll ask you guys for scale. For companion EXP, do you want your companions to basically get the same amount of EXP that you do, or should they get a little less? Do you think?
I forget, what can companions spend their XP on? Let's see, they get talents.
They get talents.
They
They
can't-
can do stat buys like you can at the same cost.
So, talent stat buys.
It might be it. I closed my advanced players guide because I was expecting that to be asked this question. Let me double check.
I think it should probably be... Let's see here.
They spend EXP to advances on characteristics as normal, but they may not buy additional skill chaining unless they get a specific talent for it. Okay,
Honestly, I think they should get like half, maybe.
that's fair. That's what I was thinking. So you guys get 300 EXPs for you, and you get 150 EXPs for your companions.
Because, like, literally, like, at 100, I can get Radio Man, and all of a sudden, Hilder can like, have a radio pack and be trained in cryptography.
Mhm.
That's pretty fucking hoopty.
The magic of training. Is that what you're actually going to do?
No, but I am thinking about it.
Yeah, because you got, let's see, there's a couple 50 ones. If you're not already trained in athletics or evasion, you can do that. Dodge!
Oh, excuse me. I am super tired.
That's okay. We've been going for about 2 hours 15. All right.
Yeah.
So, any questions, comments, concerns?
Nope.
We have fun.
It was definitely fun with all the
I got shot.
yeah,
Yeah, you
Weather
got
and
shot
light.
real good. I rolled a 10 on a revolver.
I think the only time where it got like super successful was trying to not get shot.
Well, it's early game. You guys, there is supposed to be a little bit of like, there's a start out like you guys should be in serious concern for the first probably couple of sessions, and then you start to even out.
Yeah.
All right. So hopefully next time I'll generate something that will give you an excuse to use more magic. Because quite frankly, like I didn't say this explicitly, but like I rolled the random result like all clear, which means there's no extra special units or fortifications. I rolled skeleton crew, so there was, like, literally the minimum number of guys in this post, and it was isolated, so there was no fucking way they would get reinforcements. So even before I randomly rolled that the weather was going to get freaky, these guys were basically sitting ducks. I'm actually kind of glad that the weather result came, because otherwise, you probably would have steamrolled these guys.
Yeah.
But the weather thing was fun. Yay, random tables.
What?
By the way, if you're curious, I rolled the random mission event change of weather, and then I rolled the weather table, and I got heavy precipitation with thunder.
Yeah, it's kind of bad.
Which does explicitly say metal objects, tall objects, or Ethereum-powered objects might be struck, so.
That's why we flew low.
All right, okay. All right, well, same times next week, gent, that's, I suppose. If you guys want to share what you're spending your XP on, you can feel free to do that off mic.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
I'll go ahead and let you
See
guys
ya.
go then, because Lucky is tired.
I am tired. I am a sleep boy.
All right, I will go process this audio to cut out all that dead air, but otherwise it should be fine.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
And everybody, thanks for listening. See you guys next week. And because those guys left, this is just for you, audience. Bye.